Hello everyone and welcome to the lecture on if and else statements. We ended our last lecture by concluding that we can combine the if statement with an else statement. And we mentioned that in this case, if the condition under the if statement is not true, whatever condition the else statement has will be executed. So the general flow for the if and else statement is if we have some condition, and then colon, and then execute this, and then else execute this part. So this is the general flow. If the condition under the if statement is true, this statement will be executed. Whatever code we have under the if statement will be executed. And if that condition is not true, the else statement will be executed. Okay? Again, if the given value is also 0, the else statement will be executed. Let's look at some examples. And this is how we indent. If we have the condition, colon, new line, and then indent. So this is very important. This is how Python knows that the statement we have underneath is part of this if condition. And we can have more than one code of statement underneath this. We can say execute this part also. So many things we can have here. Okay, let's look at an example. So let's say we have a number and we assign it a value of 48, and let's use an if statement to check if that number is equal to 48. So we can say if number double equal to 48, we can say print number is 48. Then we can say else print number is not 48. So this is a simple if else statement. We use double equal sign. That's because we want to know if two objects have the same value. So in this case, number is 48. So this statement will be printed. So if we run this, we get print. This statement will be printed. Number is 48. What if the number we pass is not 48? Let me copy this, paste it here. What if I have another number, let's say 12? So this condition will check if number is double equal to 12. Is that true? No. Number is not equal to 12. So this statement will not be executed. So it will go to the else statement and then execute this else statement. So print number is not 48. So this statement will be printed. Number is not 48. Again, we can also have another print statement outside of the if else statement. Print this will be printed regardless. We can have that, and that will be printed whether the given number is 12 or 48 or whatever. Similarly, we can also have a print statement outside of the if else statement and say this will be printed regardless. Again, that will be printed regardless, and it's not part of the if else statement. Okay, this will be printed regardless. Let's look at one more example. Let's say we have a number, and then let's set it to be equal to an input. So we'll use the raw input function so that we can enter a number. Please enter your number, and then we'll provide the number. So this is the raw input function. And if you are using Python 3, the equivalent statement is input. So you can say input and then the statement, please provide a number. Please enter your number. So that's the equivalent if you are using Python 3. For Python 2 users, we use the raw input function. And then once we provide this number, so the user will enter this number, and then we'll convert that into an integer. So we'll use the integer function, the int function. We simply type int and then put everything in parentheses. So this is, we are converting our input into an integer. That's because our input is string at this case, and using the integer function or method here, we convert our input into an integer. So this is called casting. So we are casting our input to an integer. Great. Now let's have our if-else statements. We can say if number is less than, let's say, 20, print number is less than 20, else print number is not less than 20. So let's execute this statement. So what will happen is when we run this, we'll be prompted to enter a number, and if that number is less than 20, the statement will be printed. If not, the else statement will be printed. So let's run it. It says please enter your number. Let's say 12. Enter. So number is less than 20 gets printed. That's because the number we provided is less than 20. Okay, let's run it and enter some other number. Please enter your number. Let's say 23. Enter. So number is not less than 20. So this is another if and else statement. So this example checks if the number is less than 20. The statement gets printed. If not, the else statement gets printed. Again, if I have another print statement outside, this will be executed no matter what the outcome is. So whether the number you provide is less than 20 or greater than 20, this last print statement will be executed because it's not part of the if-else statement. Let's run it again. Please enter your number. 2. See, this last statement gets printed regardless. Okay, let's run it one more time. Please enter a number. Let's say 46. Run it. So this will be executed no matter what the outcome is. And we have our results here. Great. And what if we want to check more than one condition? Let's say in this example, it's only checking whether the number is less than 20 or not. What if I want to check more than two conditions? Let's say what if I want to check if my number is So this will be the first condition, if my number is less than 20. And what if my second condition is if the number is between 20 and 100, and if the number is between 100 and 200. So that brings us to our next topic, which is if, elif, and else statements. And in the next lecture, we'll look at the if, elif, and else statements, and we'll learn about those if, elif, and else statements to execute more than one condition, mostly more than two conditions. Thank you everyone, and I'll see you at the next lecture.